It's week 11 of fantasy football, but there's still some quality waiver wire pickups to add for your squad. What's up, Couch fam, and welcome to my week 11 waiver wire pickups video. We got waiver ads at every single position, ranked, extensive. Let's get right into it. Bye weeks are still not over, however. I just wanted to make that clear. So week 11, 4 teams are on bye: the Jags, Bucks, Seahawks, and Dolphins. These are quarterbacks to add, and right away, ladies and gentlemen, we have the sleeper ad of the week. Danny Dimes, 43 rush yards per game. That puts him top 5 in rushing yards per game for quarterbacks, ahead of guys like even Jalen Hurts. He's doing very well. The Giants are a big surprise, currently ranked at QB 16. But who cares about all that? Why I like him this week is because he's going up against the Lions. They're not just a great matchup, they are the best matchup. They allow the most fantasy points to the QB position. We just saw Justin Fields run all over them. And this game could be kind of high scoring. Most Giants games are pretty low scoring, but this should be a little bit higher scoring. Good things happen when you face the Lions. So we're getting that added bonus. I think he can run. I think this game will be a little bit higher scoring. And even though he's rostered in 65% of leagues and you're like, you idiot, why are you recommending this guy? It has to be 50% or below. Well, I mean, this is my video. I do what I want, but seriously, he is actually available in some of my 12-team leagues. Now, he's probably not going to be available in your league. I want to make that clear if you're in a 12-team league. But some 12-team leagues, he is still out there. So go check if you need a streaming option at quarterback. And if you're in a 10-team league, hey, there's an even better chance he is available. So Danny Dimes, my sleeper ad of the week. If you're looking for any other quarterbacks to stream, Jimmy Garoppolo is my guy going against the Cardinals. Deshaun Watson is a great stash. He's returning real soon and should be a huge upgrade over Jacoby Brissett. He's 2.5 times better than the brisket, and so I really like him as a stash. People have already been stashing him the last 2, maybe 3 weeks. So hopefully he's still available out there for you. If you're desperate for a QB, you can go with Dangerous, Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota, Aaron Rodgers, Kenny Pickett, Matt Ryan. He's the starter. Not a great matchup this week against the Eagles, though. And who's starting, Carson Wentz or Taylor Heineke? The Commanders don't know yet. The coach doesn't know yet. Nobody knows yet. My money is definitely on Taylor Heineke starting going forward for the Commanders. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to put that out there. Baker Mayfield is set to start. PJ Walker does have an injury, so if you're desperate for a quarterback in super flex leagues, you can, you know what, you may just want to start a running back or wide receiver, but I don't know. I usually, over 90% of the time, I do start a quarterback in my super flex slot, but with Baker Mayfield, with Panthers quarterbacks, you may not want to start a QB in that slot. You know what? I probably wouldn't start Baker. And Jameis Winston, he was one of my sleepers this year. Hasn't worked out. Andy Dalton is still starting for some reason, but there is some doubt right now. So maybe they do switch who's starting at quarterback. They may start thinking about the future. I don't know, but maybe Jameis Winston is the starter for week 11. Maybe not. Moving on to running backs, there is a clear tier, I believe, with the top 4 or 5, right around there. It's Jaylen Warren may or may not be included in that. I don't think he frankly is, although I've been telling you guys to pick him up since day 1, basically. I think even before the season started. I'm not sure. I've been telling people to add him for quite a long time. I think I added him before the season started in one league to handcuff Najee. But the reason why he's kind of not in that tier 1 is because of the upside. There's just really not a lot of upside. If Najee Harris were to go down, yes, Jaylen Warren becomes a must start, but really he's more like a top 15 running back if that were to happen. And Kareem Hunt or Madison or Tony Pollard, when Zeke is out, and those guys, those starting running backs are out, Chubb or whatnot. Those guys become instant top 10, sometimes even top 5 starts. I don't really see that with Jaylen Warren. I see him more of a high-end RB2, mid RB2 if Najee were to be out. Anyways, go definitely add these top 3, these top 4 guys. The order doesn't really matter. I put Rachaad White a little bit lower just because he's on bye. And right now, I just want to say that Rachaad White is one of my guys. I like him. I've been telling you to pick him up. But if you have him, you may want to consider trading him away and selling high. Rachaad White is going to get a lot more carries. Fournette is probably coming back after this bye week. Maybe, maybe not. But right now, I think Rachaad White's stock is at an all-time high. I predict this to be a committee moving forward, maybe even a 50-50 split. I just don't see a reason why Rachaad White would get more than 2/3 of the snaps at running back. I don't see it unless the coach, for some reason, wants to have a one running back, a workhorse type offense. I think this is a committee moving forward. I think it's going to be 50-50. So I would sell high on Rachaad White, even though I do like him. I want to approach this conservatively and not get too excited about this Rachaad White season taking place. Gus Edwards, must add, when he does play, he gets quite a bit of carries. Elijah Mitchell, peep this, guys, 20 opportunities. An opportunity is a carry or a target in the pass game. So 20 opportunities for Mitchell, 20 opportunities for Christian McCaffrey, week 10. That's dead even. The snap count is not dead even. It was about a 65-35 split. I predict about a 70-30 split moving forward. And I do think this is actually smart. The smart thing the 49ers are doing, keeping CMC fresh and healthy, and hopefully fresh and healthy in the playoffs, the real NFL playoffs. Remember, these guys are playing real football, and we're playing fantasy over here. Nonetheless, Elijah Mitchell, extremely valuable handcuff, and also truly does have standalone value, and you could flex him. And I probably should have flexed him last week instead of starting Nyheim Hines like a complete idiot and losing barely in the IG Experts League. I regress. Number 5, Jaylen Warren. Isaiah Pacheco did wanted to, I guess, read this. Season high 56% snaps, 16 carries. Phased out Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 0 fantasy points week 10. Oh boy. Number 6, Kyren Williams. I do like him, but only in full PPR leagues. If you're not in a full PPR league, not worth a roster spot. Matt Breida, great handcuff. Samaje Perine, excellent handcuff. And in super deep leagues, if you want a stash or if you're desperate for an RB7, Raheem Blackshear of the Panthers and Keontae Ingram of the Cardinals. Eno Benjamin was cut by the Arizona Cardinals and just recently picked up by the Texans. Moving on to wide receivers. These rankings don't mean a lot yet again for wide receiver, but there's some really good ads. Nonetheless, we got DPJ again. I'm shocked that only 50% of people roster him. He's only rostered in 50% of leagues. What is going on? I am shocked. His bye week was 2 weeks ago. I don't know what's going on. I started him last week and I won. I don't know why he's rostered so low. Danny Dimes is rostered in 65% of leagues. And a lot of people don't even start him. Yet DPJ is not even rostered in a lot of leagues. Anyway, Christian Watson, he is available in a lot of leagues. Go and get him. He had a breakout game of 3 touchdowns. I'm a fan. I do like him. I believe in him, but if we had to make a bet here and say, is Christian Watson, is this more like the Chase Claypool game where he went off and then disappeared, or is Christian Watson here to stay this year? I would have to bank on it being the Chase Claypool situation where this is a one-game wonder. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying 60% chance that's the case. I think the cat's out the bag. It's hard to put it back in, but also it's hard to trust Aaron Rodgers and these receivers. It really is. Nonetheless, Christian Watson, he got the most snaps. He got the most targets. Like, everything screams like they can't put the cat back in the bag. Nonetheless, he's worth an add in your league. Seriously, you should add him and stash him. Kadarius Toney, with all the injuries to the Chiefs, Kadarius Toney actually has a real role. And I think these top 3 guys are definitely worth an add because unlike Jaylen Warren was talking about, the upside is really there. Christian Watson could be the #1 receiver for Aaron Rodgers. Donovan Peoples-Jones already pretty good. And now he's getting Deshaun Watson back. Amazing upside. Kadarius Toney could be the second option in that pass game as of today with so many injuries. Maybe like 3 receivers are going to be out for the Chiefs, possibly. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. Other than Kelsey, could be Kadarius Toney, and he's getting more and more usage. A guy like Andy Reid knows how to use this guy. Anyways, if you need more wide receivers, you can go with Zay Jones, Nico Collins, Van Jefferson, Paris Campbell, Mac Hollins, Michael Gallup. Jarvis Landry is back, and Michael Thomas is not. Darius Slayton seems to be the #1 wide receiver for the Giants, although we want it to be Wan'Dale Robinson. It's not quite yet. The torch will be passed, but maybe might take a few more weeks. DeAndre Carter, excellent add. Pretty much a great start, a great add, almost a must add. Why is he ranked so low? Because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are close to returning. I just have a serious time doubting that both these wide receivers are going to be back and close to 100% in play this week, but still is a question mark. I don't want you guys burning a waiver wire priority or spending a lot of FAB on a guy like DeAndre Carter. Plenty of wide receivers in the C, and we're really looking at wide receiver 3s and flexes here. We also got Terrace Marshall, Isaiah McKenzie, and Odell Beckham Jr., who probably won't be fantasy relevant until December. As far as tight ends, keep in mind this is right now the most coveted, most valuable position when doing waivers. So if you're going to put some FAB, you might have to spend a few more fake dollars on these guys. Zach Ertz is hurt. You think he's out for the year, right? Dallas Goedert could miss multiple weeks. Wow, what is going on? Lots of injuries and lots of woes. Remember, half your league mates don't have a legit tight end. And now 2 more of your league mates have a tight end that just got injured. So now there's only like 3-4 guys in your league that have a tight end. So keep that in mind. Greg Dulcich, I'm a huge believer. You can add him off waivers or get him in a buy low situation. Cole Kmet, he's probably long gone, but available in some leagues, available in 10-team leagues maybe. Isaiah Likely. After that, it's all nasty. Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Hayden Hurst, Trey McBride, the rookie tight end for the Cardinals, and Noah Fant, who is on bye. So hopefully you can go get Greg Dulcich is basically what I'm saying here. For defenses, we have some great streaming options. Some defenses coming off buys. Ravens D is going to be my #1 ranked defense going against the Panthers. Elite option, elite streaming option. And now that they got Roquan Smith, they could be a very good option long term. Patriots D going against the Jets, Bengals D, and Saints D. Those are my top 4 defenses to stream. Go get one of those and start them. The Saints have a ton of upside, while the Bengals have a higher floor. I want to put it like that. Saints are the risky option. Bengals are the safe option. Go get one of these top 4 defenses to stream. If you can't, you can go with the Commanders D, Broncos D, Packers D, Jets D, Rams D, Steelers D, or Giants D. Moving on to kickers, Justin Tucker is the GOAT kicker. He's the best in fantasy this week. And moving forward, if you can't get him, go get McPherson, Gano, Younghoe Koo, Nick Folk, or Robbie Gould. You want one of those top 6 options. If you can't get those guys, Brett Maher, Joey Sly, Brandon McManus are pretty good options. Greg Joseph is a wild card. I have no idea what he's going to do. And Cairo Santos, not a big believer when it comes to the Bears kicker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this video. Good luck this week. Make sure you subscribe to both YouTube channels, this one and our second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. And I'll see you guys on the next video / live stream.